Shout out to the Brazilian girls.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that you can just have beer with me, drink beer with me all day, go to Boteco, and just sit there and then eating steak with me, having some beers. It's just a dream.
It's just a dream.
Snoop Dogg! What's up, everybody? Chris Gringo here with my friend Regan.
What's up, everybody?
AKA the Gringo in Brazil.
Yep.
Regan's a super cool guy. We've talked before, and he is traveling throughout Brazil. He likes to show the best aspects of this beautiful country. And today we wanted to talk about a special topic, dating in Brazil versus dating in the United States.
Let's do it, man.
Obviously, there's differences between the cultures here in Brazil and the United States. We have both dated an American and dated a Brazilian, and so we have, I think, unique perspectives on this phenomenon. But also, I want to make it clear, we don't like to generalize too much about all Brazilian women and all American women because there's millions of people in each country.
Well, I think we can just speak to our experience and what we've experienced. Living in Brazil and also living in the United States.
So one of the things that I immediately noticed when I came to Brazil was the Brazilian women tend to be a bit more direct with their feelings. Really Brazilian people at large, but Brazilian women in specific, I think, are more direct. What do you think?
I would completely agree. I mean, it was a big adjustment for me as a man coming from the United States to Brazil in the way that I approach women and the way that I speak with women. The whole dating scene was completely different for me, and I had to adjust. And actually, it took me a few months to kind of get comfortable. I mean, here in Brazil, the expectation is for guys to be a little bit more direct and forward in the way that they feel, in the way that they approach a woman. And it was a totally different, almost a 180 from the United States, where you kind of have to play a little bit of a game, feel it out here and there, see if she likes you. Don't express too much that you like her. And there was that kind of back and forth until you kind of won the girl. But here in Brazil, it was much more like eye contact, nod the head, go ahead and approach.
Exactly, and it's interesting you said that. Like, you have to almost act like you're disinterested in the United States in order to show your interest.
True.
It's weird how that works, but in Brazil, everybody is more direct about their feelings, it feels like, and they're more willing to just immediately tell someone how they feel. Whereas in the United States, it doesn't feel right, but it's something that you have to do. You have to play the game. You have to pretend that you're not interested. If you go on a date with somebody and you really like them, some people will tell you, wait 24 to 48 hours before you text them. Because if you text them right after the date and you tell them how much you liked it, that could be...
It's like a turnoff.
It could be a turnoff. It could be needy. You said you felt a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning. I also felt uncomfortable because it's just different. It's not something that we're used to, that we've been training all our lives for. And so we have to relearn this process of dating here in Brazil. Jumping off from that, I think Brazilian women in particular are a lot more family focused. A lot of them still live with their families. Obviously, families are very important to them. When you start dating somebody in Brazil, I think that you meeting their family is very important. And you can probably have an American girlfriend for many months and you still might not meet their family.
You may have not even told them.
You might
told your family that you're dating yet.
That's happened to me before. You know, it's like you want to wait a bit before you show your significant other to your family because you're not quite sure if it's going to work out. But in Brazil, I think it's a little bit different. I think they want you to meet their grandpa, their grandma, their aunt, their uncle, brothers and sisters. Everybody has to meet the new guy.
The expectation is for you to kind of be a part of the family a lot faster. For family events, organizations, I know when I started dating, I mean, almost immediately within a week, I was invited to a big family get-together, introduced as, you know, the boyfriend, the Gringo boyfriend. And then I met everybody. I mean, literally everybody. Yeah. Cousins, second cousins, third cousins, grandpas, great-grandmas, introduced to everyone right away. And I felt so welcome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's cool when you get that feeling, and you know the feeling how in the United States there's a stereotype of meeting the parents, and a lot of times when you meet the parents, like the movie Meet the Parents.
Kevin was Pam's fiance.
It can be a whole ordeal because a lot of American fathers have this vibe.
They have the tough guy act.
A tough guy act. They're kind of like feeling you out. They're not sure if they trust you. And so...
Does this guy deserve my daughter? How's he treating her?
Yeah, so they often will act like he said, real tough. They'll be real mean or cold, real direct with you.
They'll test you. They'll test you a lot
have you
more.
felt that in Brazil? I feel like it's not quite the same.
I would say not at all, honestly. From the fathers that I've met on my past girlfriends, it was a warm embrace immediately, joking around, having some beers, having barbecues, just like a friend almost. I can just say like the level of comfort I felt was much different than the high expectations of meeting the family in the United States, where you kind of got to prepare yourself.
You're like sweating.
The girlfriend will tell you like, babe, this Friday we're meeting the family. Make sure you dress like this. Remember that they like this. Say this. Act like this. Expectations super high. And then when the day comes, I'm like, all right, guys, I got to do this. I got to be on my best behavior.
Yeah. She will. She will prepare you for her parents. She'll say, okay, babe, my dad does not like the color blue. He hates the Beatles. If you say anything about the Beatles,
and
then
also
he's got
sports teams.
Like, sports teams, the big thing. Oh, he does not like the Dallas Cowboys. If you talk about the Dallas Cowboys or LeBron James, you can just expect him to not like you already. And it's a lot of pressure, especially for your first girlfriend. Like when I was 18, gosh, I remember sweating, just being overcome with anxiety before I met my girlfriend's father.
And another thing that I really had to adjust to dating a Brazilian woman, and it did take me a few months again, like kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, was the level of affection that's kind of required here in Brazil. I mean, the women, they really want to know that you're their man, that you care about them, that you love them, just from everything from simple affection of like putting your arm around them, giving them a kiss on the cheek, constantly holding their hand, going out to dinner, one thing of like sitting on the same side like this. This is a very important thing in Brazil. I'm not trying to
Exactly. I've seen that too, right?
This is how you would sit at the restaurant with your girlfriend.
Right.
And then also it would be like, some more touching too.
Sure.
And it's just like the overall level of affection that's kind of expected. And it made me grow as a man to love and appreciate a woman a lot more, and then show them physically that I care about them. And I owe a lot to my past Brazilian girlfriends that really helped me grow as a man to be more affectionate.
Yeah, because that is not something that is highly valued in the United States. And I think, like you said, sitting on the same side of a booth in a restaurant is not necessarily normal in the United States.
No.
You will
get a lot of weird
probably get a lot of weird looks, especially for touching, or definitely don't be kissing.
Yeah.
And so it's just different. Like you, I've also had to learn and adjust, and I think I'm more grateful for that.
What was one big difference that you noticed?
Going out here in Brazil, there's a high expectation of going out with your girlfriend probably every weekend. You just want to always be going out. There's a lot of groups of friends that like to go out and do things together, and I think once you've become part of that group, assimilated into that group, they want to show you off. They want you to go out, drink with them, go out to restaurants, eat with them, maybe go to a sporting event like a big soccer game, go to a show.
Yeah, it's a very, very social culture. And then, I mean, when you are dating, the expectation is, to go out a lot, try new things, go to restaurants, go to events, enjoy the cities, travel a lot too. I mean, I noticed that it was much more common to go for like a weekend away with your girlfriend in Brazil than in the United States, where I'd probably just stay in the city. When I was dating, it was very common, like, hey, we've got a 3-day weekend, let's head to the beach. Or, hey, I got a 4-day holiday coming up, you want to head here to the mountains, look for a nice romantic place, really kind of have more experiences together. And I loved it. I love that part of dating a Brazilian woman.
I think the work culture in the United States is just so prevalent and so toxic, really, that we don't really like to get away. We don't like to treat ourselves to go out, like you said, on the weekends with our significant other. But here in Brazil, you're going out, you're going to a boteco with friends, you're having beer, which is something that is not as common in the United States. In the United States, and a lot of American women don't like to drink beer because it's it's kind of like associated with men and just like the male American culture. But in Brazil, I think everybody likes to have a
shout out to the Brazilian girls. Yeah. Because I love the fact that you can just have beer with me, drink beer with me all day, go to Boteco, and just sit there and then eating steak with me, having some beers. It's just a dream.
This is just our own experiences, our own perspectives, kind of what we've seen so far. I love Brazil. You will definitely love the Brazilian culture. If you're planning on coming down here, maybe you're already dating a Brazilian and you just wanted to know a little bit more about the differences. But definitely, I would highly recommend this country to anybody who is thinking about coming to visit. And if you want to check out more content from Regan, The Gringo in Brazil on Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, Instagram and YouTube. Check me out, guys.
Definitely check him out. He has some amazing content, footage from drones in marvelous places all around the country in Brazil. So thank you so much for coming out, Regan.
I loved it, man. It's always good to chat.
Yeah, bro. Definitely a good time. Can't wait to do another video together. And make sure to smash that subscribe button, that like button, leave a comment if you have any questions for us, and we'll talk to you guys later.